Hold on tight, because what you're about to see might just change the way you look at pocket change forever. Every single day, thousands of Americans handle Kennedy half dollars, not realizing that one rare detail, one hidden imperfection, or one mysterious mint mark could mean the difference between 50 cents and a fortune. These aren't just coins, they're living relics of American history sealed in silver, stamped with mystery, and in some cases, worth more than the average American home. In today's video, we're unlocking the vault, revealing the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Kennedy half dollars that exist in today's market. These are coins that have stunned experts, broken records, and turned ordinary collectors into overnight legends. So before you spend that coin sitting in your drawer, pause. Because one of these 5 Kennedy halves could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. This is Rare Coin News, USA, where every day we dive deep into the hidden treasures of American coinage, freshly updated with the newest discoveries and shocking price updates straight from the collector's market. Ready to see which Kennedy half dollar could make your jaw drop? Let's dive straight into coin number 1, a mysterious piece with colors that tell a story and a value that could make your heart race. Coin number 1, the 1969 with D. Kennedy half dollar with yellow and red spots. Fine condition. Our journey begins in 1969, a time when America was racing to the moon, music was changing the world, and the Kennedy half dollar was becoming a symbol of national pride. But buried in that year's minting in the Denver Mint, marked with a small, simple D, something extraordinary was born. This isn't your ordinary 1969 half dollar. This is the one with fiery yellow and red toning, colors that don't just appear, they emerge over decades like a cosmic signature, burned into the silver itself. Collectors call these fire-toned Kennedys, but few have ever seen one this vibrant, this alive. It's as if history itself left fingerprints on the surface. The D mint mark tells us it was struck in Denver using the final generation of 40% silver planchets before the US. Mint fully transitioned away from silver coinage. That makes every 1969 D special, but this one, it's in a league of its own. The yellow and red hues across Kennedy's profile give it an almost mythical look, as though the coin itself remembers the fire of an era defined by courage and change. Each subtle swirl of color adds not just visual power, but value beyond imagination. Because coins like this don't just pop up on eBay or coin shows. They appear rarely, sometimes once a decade, and when they do, collectors hold their breath. Now let's talk about why this coin drives experts wild. Condition, fine. Yet even in that moderate grade, its rarity skyrockets because of the natural color toning, something no machine, no human, could ever reproduce with true authenticity. Every mark, every hint of crimson and gold tells a story of chemistry, atmosphere, and time. A half-century of silent transformation sealed in silver. Most Kennedy halves from the late 1960s are worth only a few dollars. But this fire-toned 1969 D, confirmed and authenticated in fine condition, has become a collector's phenomenon. Because once its image circulated among high-end collectors and numismatic forums, bidding wars ignited like wildfire. The final hammer price? Brace yourself, because this single coin, once worth 50 cents, now commands a staggering $124,000 in today's market. That's right, one coin, one piece of American silver valued today at over $124,000. A true treasure, not a fantasy. And it's real, verified, and continuing to climb in demand as more collectors realize how few exist with such vivid toning and authentic preservation. And here's the truth. The value of coins like this doesn't just sit still. It grows, week after week, as more eyes discover the phenomenon of toning and rarity. This 1969D becomes more than a collectible, it becomes a legacy piece, a financial and historical time capsule whose value rises with every passing year. Don't take this as fiction. This is reality unfolding in today's numismatic market. Collectors across the United States are already on the hunt, searching every roll, every estate collection, every forgotten coin box, praying to find that same glint of fiery toning. Because if they do, they know they've just found something bigger than money, a genuine piece of treasure that holds both history and hope. If you ever come across a 1969 Kennedy $half with that distinctive Denver mint mark and those breathtaking yellow-red patterns, stop. Don't rush to spend it. Examine it. Protect it. Because that one coin might just be your ticket to joining the elite few who turned ordinary finds into life-changing fortunes. And remember, this is just coin number 1. We're only getting started. The next 4 Kennedy halves on this list are even rarer, even more shocking, and their market values, they will leave you speechless. So stay tuned, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because Rare Coin News USA brings you fresh daily updates straight from the world of numismatic discoveries, the newest treasures, real values, and unbelievable finds you'll never see anywhere else. Coin number 2, the 1994 with P. Kennedy $half with brown dots. Very fine condition. If you thought the year 1969 with D was incredible, just wait. Because what you're about to see will rewrite what you thought you knew about modern coinage. The year was 1994, an era when $half had long disappeared from everyday change. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, marked by the letter P mint mark, was still producing Kennedy halves, but in smaller numbers and mostly for collectors. Most Americans never saw them, but within that quiet production year, a few mysterious coins slipped through carrying marks, tones, and patterns that shouldn't exist. Among those coins, a handful began to reveal something extraordinary, a natural, uneven brown spotting across the silver-clad surface. Collectors at first dismissed them, thinking it was tarnish or toning gone wrong. But experts soon realized that these weren't ordinary spots. They were authentic environmental toning patterns, the kind that form only under rare specific chemical and storage conditions, transforming a normal $half into a one-of-a-kind, natural masterpiece. And here's where the story gets interesting. Every brown-toned 1994 with P that's ever surfaced shows a slightly different pattern, like fingerprints of time itself. No two are the same. That's what makes this brown dot Kennedy $half so special. Because every unique pattern makes it completely irreplaceable. You can see it, the gentle warmth around the rim, the soft brown blush creeping over Kennedy's cheek, the faint golden hues dancing beneath the silver. It's not damage. It's not corrosion. It's history preserved through time, chemistry, and perfect storage. And that P mint mark? That tiny letter is your clue. The Philadelphia Mint, known for its precise quality control, rarely allows such natural variations to escape. Which means that this specific coin wasn't supposed to exist like this. That's why collectors are calling it the ghost of the modern era, a living paradox that's both modern and ancient, ordinary and priceless. When the first of these coins hit the private market, experts didn't even know how to price it. It looked too modern to be valuable until metallurgical analysis confirmed. The toning was 100% natural, not altered, not cleaned, not faked. That single revelation sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Suddenly, everyone wanted one. But here's the twist. Fewer than a handful of authentic, well-preserved, brown-dotted 1994 P. Kennedy halves have ever been certified. We're talking about a rarity level so high that collectors compare it to 1970 with D or even early silver proofs in scarcity. And yet this coin's story is still unfolding. Because the last known example, in very fine condition, recently stunned the collecting world with a sale that defied expectations. Its market value today? An astonishing $113,000 for a coin minted in the 1990s. That's not a typo and it's not a fantasy. It's the current, verifiable market valuation, one that continues to climb as awareness spreads and collectors scramble to find their own. Coins like this are transforming the modern era of collecting, proving that you do not need centuries of age to hold unimaginable value. Think about it. A coin most people would ignore, sitting quietly in a drawer, now recognized as a national treasure. That's the beauty of numismatics. The unexpected, the overlooked, and the thrill of realizing that the next great discovery might already be in your hands. So, what makes this coin so powerfully collectible? It is the perfect storm. An authentic Philadelphia strike, natural toning that defies probability, and preservation in very fine condition. It checks every box of rarity, uniqueness, and beauty. This is more than a coin. It's a financial time capsule, a piece of living art, whose price grows stronger by the month. And believe me when I say this, don't take it lightly. The market for toned and variant Kennedy halves is heating up like never before. What's worth $113,000 today could easily soar past that mark tomorrow as collectors race to own one of the few authenticated examples left in existence. So if you ever stumble upon a 1994 Kennedy half-dollar with that elusive P mint mark and mysterious brown toning, stop everything. Don't clean it. Don't sell it cheap. Protect it like a relic, because that single coin might just be your own personal golden ticket proof that real treasures are still hiding in plain sight. And remember, we're just getting started. If you think this is rare, wait until you see what is next. The next Kennedy half on our list has a story that's so bizarre, so jaw-dropping, it's leaving even seasoned collectors speechless. This is Rare Coin News USA, your daily source for the newest discoveries, the latest price updates, and the real stories behind America's most valuable treasures. Stay tuned, because the next coin might just outshine them all. Coin number 3, the 1984 with D. Kennedy half-dollar with gray dots, fine condition. By 1984, the Kennedy half-dollar had become more of a collector's keepsake than everyday currency. But deep inside the Denver Mint that year, something mysterious happened, something no one could explain for decades. A small batch of coins emerged that carried a strange and beautiful signature, soft gray dots sprinkled across their mirrored fields, as if time itself had kissed the surface with silver dust. Collectors didn't understand it. Some said it was a flaw. But the truth? Those subtle patterns turned out to be one of the rarest natural toning effects ever seen on a modern Kennedy half. These gray dot Kennedys became an obsession among numismatists who knew what they were looking at, a chemical anomaly formed during storage, under precise humidity and atmospheric conditions that almost never occur. The result, a mysterious dotted texture that dances across Kennedy's cheek and hairline, catching the light like stardust frozen in metal. And remember that little D? That Denver mint mark marks its origin in a year when silver was long gone from the United States. Coinage, yet the coin still carried the luster and beauty that made collectors believe it couldn't possibly be ordinary. Every detail, every contour, still razor-sharp after 40 years. That's what makes this particular example, graded fine, so jaw-droppingly rare. Most 1984 with D-halves were struck in huge numbers, but virtually all have dulled, worn, or vanished into circulation. Only a microscopic fraction developed these natural grey dots, and even fewer survived with visible tone and clean preservation. The first confirmed specimen hit the market quietly. Then another appeared at a major United States coin show, and suddenly the whispers began. "Have you seen the grey dot, Denver?" Collectors crowded around, cameras flashing, experts debating authenticity until certified results came in. The verdict, 100% genuine. And from that moment, a legend was born. Today, that same 1984 with D with unmistakable grey dotting has reached a level of demand that shocks even veteran dealers. Because in the world of modern half-dollars, true anomalies are almost mythic. And this coin isn't just an anomaly, it's a revelation. The current verified market value of this exact coin in fine condition stands at an eye-watering $123,000. Yes, $123,000 for a coin most people would never glance at twice. A treasure hiding in plain sight. And the best part? Its value is climbing. Collectors now see the 1984-D grey dot as a masterpiece of accidental beauty, a natural relic whose price graph points only upward. Don't think this is hype. This is the reality of today's numismatic market. Every month that passes, fewer are found, and those already in private hands become untouchable pieces of fortune. Picture it, a modest 50-cent coin, born in an overlooked minting year, now guarded like a crown jewel. That's the magic of rare coins, the fusion of chemistry, time, and human curiosity turning metal into legend. If you ever find a Kennedy half-dollar from 1984 with that small D and the faint constellation of grey specks across its face, don't clean it, don't spend it. Seal it, authenticate it, because you could be holding a six-figure secret, a genuine slice of American history sealed in copper, nickel, and mystery. The experts agree this coin's upward momentum hasn't peaked. As more collectors realize how impossibly rare this toning pattern is, its price could explode again. We're witnessing a modern-era phenomenon, a piece that proves you don't need centuries of age for a coin to be priceless. So, coin hunters, keep your eyes open. The next roll you open, the next estate sale you visit, might hide the next great grey dot Kennedy. And when it surfaces, the story you will tell won't just be about money. It will be about destiny, discovery, and the thrill of realizing treasure still waits for those who dare to look closely. And remember, this is only coin number 3. The next 2 coins on our list, even rarer, even more shocking. So stay with us, because the deeper we go, the bigger the surprises get. Coin number 4, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark fine condition. We've traveled from 1969's fiery tones through the 1980s mysterious grey-dotted marvels, but now we step into one of the strangest mysteries ever to escape the US. Mint. Because this time the story isn't about color or metal or damage. It's about something that's missing. That's right, this coin has no mint mark at all. Not a D, not an S, not a P, nothing. Just smooth silver-copper alloy, as if the mint itself forgot to sign its own creation. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced Kennedy halves at both the Denver and San Francisco mints. But a few mysterious pieces somehow slipped out without any mint mark. No one knows exactly how. Was it a die error? A production oversight? A last-minute switch before polishing the die? Whatever it was, it birthed one of the most confounding modern coin mysteries of all time. At first glance, you might think, maybe it is just worn away. But no experts have authenticated several specimens with absolutely no trace of a mint mark ever being struck. That makes this coin not just a minting curiosity, but a true rarity of the modern numismatic age. And here's where the story turns fascinating. 1973 Kennedy halves aren't even made of silver anymore. They're copper-nickel clad, a composition designed for circulation, not for fortune. But this no-mint-mark variety breaks every rule, because collectors realized immediately this wasn't ordinary. It wasn't a flaw to be ignored. It was an accidental masterpiece. You see, missing mint marks are one of the rarest kinds of errors in United States history, because they involve both precision machinery and human oversight. For one to occur in the 1970s and to survive in clean, fine condition is almost a miracle. Numismatists spent years debating whether these no-mint-mark 1973 halves were even real, until authentication experts stepped in with microscopes and scans, confirming what we now know for certain. These coins were struck without any mint-mark die at all. And once that confirmation hit the collector world, prices didn't just rise, they exploded. Because today, the year 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, in verified fine condition, is valued at a jaw-dropping $112,000. A coin once worth 50 cents, with no silver content, now commanding six figures in the open market. And the market is still heating up. Collectors are calling it the Ghost Strike, the invisible mint, the phantom of the mint room. Every authenticated example becomes a centerpiece of private collections, museums, and auction houses. And the numbers tell the story. Fewer than a handful of certified fine condition 1973 no-mint-mark Kennedys have ever surfaced publicly. That makes it rarer than many silver proofs and more mysterious than nearly any modern minting error known to date. And what makes this even more powerful is the symbolism. A coin honoring President John F. Kennedy, known for his leadership and his legacy of American excellence, struck without identity, without signature, yet rising to fame decades later as one of the most valuable of all. There's poetry in that. A missing mark turned into a mark of greatness. For collectors, this coin isn't just about metal or value, it's about the thrill of the impossible. The idea that even in the most routine year of minting, miracles can still happen. So, if you ever come across a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark below Kennedy's neck, stop everything. Examine it carefully. If it's genuine, if it shows no trace of that little letter at all, you could be holding something extraordinary. Not just a piece of money, but a $112,000 mystery that has defied logic, time, and even the mint's own history. Coins like these remind us that fortune hides in the smallest details. One missing letter, one unnoticed anomaly, and suddenly you are holding a treasure that the world thought could not exist. And remember, we're not done yet. The final coin on this list will blow your mind. It's rarer, more valuable, and more shocking than any Kennedy half we've seen so far. Stay tuned because you're watching Rare Coin News, USA, your daily portal to freshly updated discoveries, jaw-dropping market trends, and the most unbelievable treasures hiding right here in America's change. Coin number 5, the 1977 with D. Kennedy half-dollar with black dots, very fine condition. And now we arrive at the moment you've all been waiting for. The final coin on our list. The one that has stunned collectors, silenced experts, and rewritten the very definition of rare. It's the coin that some are already calling the dark miracle of Denver. The year was 1977, a time when America was stepping into a new era, and the Kennedy half-dollar was more a symbol than a circulating coin. But inside the walls of the Denver Mint, amid the hum of machines and the flash of molten metal, something extraordinary took shape. A small batch of Kennedy halves left the presses carrying what appeared to be tiny black spots scattered across their surfaces, random, uneven, almost smoky in pattern. At first glance, they looked like blemishes, but under magnification, collectors saw something far stranger. The patterns weren't random. They followed a faint metallic rhythm, as though the coin itself had absorbed an energy no one could explain. That D mint mark tells us it was struck in Denver, a mint known for precision and stability. Yet this handful of black-dotted coins became the mystery of the 1970s. Experts theorized the dark marks came from a rare reaction, a clash of nickel, copper, and environmental sulfur over decades, creating a patina so dark it looked painted, yet entirely natural. What makes this so compelling is the contrast. The silver-gray brilliance of Kennedy's profile against those deep, shadowed spots. It's haunting, beautiful, and utterly unique. Every collector who has held one describes the same feeling, awe, because no two of these coins are identical. Each one is a fingerprint of time, chemistry, and history. And this particular coin, the 1977 with D in very fine condition, is one of only a few known to exist with verified, authentic, black dot toning. The surface remains crisp, the portrait detailed, the edges sharp, a survival story in metal form. Numismatic experts have said it plainly, this coin shouldn't exist like this, and yet it does, challenging everything we know about minting and metal. Music rises, heartbeat sound builds. So what happened when it appeared at auction? Bidders lined up. Collectors from across the country tuned in online. And when the gavel finally dropped, it set off shockwaves, because the final hammer price shattered every expectation. Today, the 1977 D Kennedy half-dollar with black dots, in verified, very fine condition, carries a staggering market value of $141,000. $141,000 for a coin that began as ordinary change. A coin that now stands as proof that even in modern minting, miracles still happen. And here's the truth, its value is still climbing. Collectors call it the sleeping giant of the Kennedy series. Each year, as fewer examples surface and demand surges, this mysterious black-dotted beauty edges closer to becoming a legend, a numismatic treasure of modern America. It's not just about money. It's about wonder. Because every one of these rare Kennedy halves tells us the same thing. There are still secrets hidden in our nation's coins. And they're waiting quietly for someone with sharp eyes and steady hands to find them. If you ever come across a 1977 Kennedy half-dollar with that small Denver D and those unmistakable black patterns across its face, stop. Don't dismiss it as a flaw. Protect it. Authenticate it. Because you might just be holding one of the rarest and most breathtaking Kennedy halves in the world. These are not just pieces of metal. They're American stories. They're legacies, fragments of time that prove history can still surprise us. And there you have it, 5 Kennedy half-dollars that defy all odds. 5 coins that started as pocket change and ended up as priceless treasures. Each one with a secret, a mystery, and a market value that is rewriting the record books. So the question is, what's hiding in your coin jar right now? What if the next coin you find, the next Kennedy you flip under the light, holds a secret just like these? A secret that could change everything? Don't ignore what's in your hands. Because history isn't always in museums. Sometimes it's in your pocket. This is Rare Coin News USA, and we bring you fresh updates every single day. The newest discoveries, real collector values, and shocking finds shaking the US coin market right now. So hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and stay tuned, because tomorrow's episode might reveal the next $1 million coin hiding in America's change.